I'm Joe Tirado, and I am the Strategic Director at Latinos in Gaming.
Joe Tirado, we meet again. So for our first-time viewers, remind us of what Latinx in Gaming is and what your mission statement is.
So Latinos in Gaming is a group, it's a nonprofit organization, and we work to just help Latinos get jobs in the gaming industry. That's our main focus. We do a lot of other things, but that's really what we exist for.
So you're fresh off a panel here at PAX. You had a panel on Friday. So what did you guys talk about during that panel?
It was really interesting, actually. We talked with PAX, and they gave us some actual really good space in one of the awesome theaters upstairs. And normally I would do something like that. I would be on stage and I'd be talking about all of the things that we're doing. But this year we wanted to do it a little differently. So what we did was actually bring in people from our organization who are really cool, who have been or maybe a little bit younger, who maybe never have done a panel before. And we gave them space to actually have their own panel and do their first panel. And so I was really excited about that. I was like, we'll give them an opportunity to cut their teeth on that thing. And it's also doubly interesting because we met some of those people at a PAX panel in PAX East. They came up to the mic and they were like, hey, I really want to get into video games. How do I do that? 3 years ago. And now they work in games. So it was really cool to give them the space to actually throw their first panel.
So it's time to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. What do you guys have planned for the month ahead?
So for this month, we're doing our same program that we've done every year. Obviously, it's going to be much different, but we're doing Unidos, which is our big sort of tentpole thing that we do every year. So it's going to be a bunch of live streams, a bunch of actual recorded content. We're doing some learning series where we're teaching people about working in the game industry. So it's basically a month-long celebration. Every week we have different programming and different stuff going on. So it's going to be really fun. I'm excited.
You were talking about some of the people that approached you at PAX East. Tell me about a few Latinos in gaming success stories. Who's joined the Latinos in the gaming community? Who's gone on to achieve some of their dreams in game development?
I have a really good one for this. So there's this person, that person I was talking about at the PAX panel, 2019, they came up to the mic and they said, hey, I'm a writer. I really want to work in games. I'm still in school, but and we talked to them at the panel, and then we talked to them afterwards, and we got connected with them. Then a couple of years later, they made their first game in their first game jam. Their name is Casey Ramos, and they made a game. It was in one of our game jams, and ended up winning an award for having the best narrative in our big program. And now they work at Microsoft as a writer on some unannounced stuff. I can't say what they're working on, but it's just this really cool story of them just seeing that it's possible to work in games, then seeing people who actually do it, and then just going for it themselves and just actually getting a job in the industry. So really excited about that. And I think there's a bunch more like that of just people realizing that they have a support system and then being able to just say, I'm not giving them the skills to be in their job. They're just really talented, but just realizing that there's people who could support them on that journey is kind of what we're here for.
So on that subject of young game developers and people just looking to achieve their dreams, tell me about Cafecitos. You announced this in the last week, so tell me a little more about what this is.
Cafecitos is cool. It's a little program that we run every year where it's kind of our mentorship thing, but we like to keep it pretty informal because we're actually looking to just connect people who are kind of like-minded. The idea isn't to necessarily say, hey, we're going to give you some sort of official mentorship, but it's more of an informal chat and conversation about what your career, where you want it to be. Maybe you don't have to have everything figured out, because I've done mentorships up before, and you got to prep your resume, you have to have all these things planned. It's no, let's just have a chill conversation, talk to me about what you're looking for, and then we can connect you to people who can actually help you on that journey. So it's our little thing that we do that's supposed to be very chill, but it's also it's paid off for some a lot of people in some really cool ways.
So you've held some game jams. You were talking about one a minute ago. Tell me about Con Latinidad and this game jam that you're doing in conjunction with Google.
Yeah, so Google's been an awesome partner for the past couple of years. They've been supporting a lot of they want to see Latinos who are making games just for their not necessarily just for their platforms, but making mobile games and getting into that space. And if you look at the numbers behind just mobile games in general, they're super popular in South America. Obviously, everyone's got a phone, and so they really want to make sure that people who are making those games for that audience are actually Latinos. So they gave us a really good grant this year, and we're super excited to just give that to a bunch of people to make some mobile games. So it's gonna be awesome.
So last question from me, and you know us, man. You've been around the Shacknews pen before. We always end this by poking you with an Astroneer question, and it's already on Nintendo Switch. So you know what? For lack of a better question, just deliver a message to your loyal fan base. What do you want to say to them?
Astroneer coming to Samsung TVs near you very soon. No, so you could put it above your fireplace and play it from there. That's what I'm looking forward to.